What's happening, everyone? This actual video is actually future me. I had to play back the video and then I realized that the audio was actually terrible. What you're about to watch is my everyday carry. It's what I actually take on a personal shoot or filmmaking or whatever project that I will be doing, as opposed to a more professional client based kit. And with that out the way, I might as well actually play out the actual video that you're about to watch. And obviously don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video. It does help out a very, very small YouTube channel like myself. So with that out of the way, let's get to it. The main camera that I actually use is currently recording me on now, so I'll throw some B-roll of the camera, which is the Canon R6. It's currently recording me on now. It's fantastic, you know, it's full frame, it's got IBIS, it's got 4K 60, spec wise it's got oversampled 4K 24, 30, 50, 60, 120 frames per second in 1080p. It's got C-Log, it's got C-Log 3. I mean, what more do you need? It's got a whole list of photography. Spec wise, you know, it shoots rapidly if you actually want it to. It's a fantastic camera. I still need to do a review about that. With the camera, I mainly use for talking headshots, or if I actually, you know, shoot some films, etc. I mainly use the 24mm Sigma Art. Again, it is recording with the Canon R6, so this image that you can actually see is being shot with the Sigma Art 24mm f1.4. Now, why? Always like the look of Sigma, especially doing a hell of a lot of research in it. I thought, you know, this is the focal length that I actually enjoy shooting. Film wise, it isn't obviously what I tend to use for vlogging. I did used to do that, but 24mm on a full frame, it isn't actually wide enough to my needs. I'll just be constantly doing that, so it's not the perfect lens to actually vlog with. You can do it, but not in this aspect. The next lens that I do actually use sometimes is of course the kit lens. I do actually have it with me, and that is this lens. It is the 24-105 f427.1. It is the kit lens. This is the kit lens that actually has a floating aperture of f4 to 7.1, which I wasn't actually too fond about, but I've quickly realized at 7.1 it's mine anyways, because the Canon R6 actually shoots fantastically well, both in video and stills at high ISO. So unless you're actually too worried about not having the depth of field, you do actually get some natural compression with, of course, shooting at 105, but the floating aperture is a bit of a nightmare, especially if you actually use this for filming. Now, I might as well put this to side. The next lens that I do mainly use for photography is the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8, which is this tiny little lens here. I actually use this a hell of a lot, almost every single time when I'm shooting portraits, stills, semi-macro shots, or of course lifestyle type of pictures. It is fantastic, to be honest. Quite a lot of people might actually say it isn't the best of choice, especially since there are a hell of a lot of 50mm that you can actually use, such as the EF 50mm f1.4, the original Nifty 50, similar price, or of course the EF 50mm 1.4. You've got the L version as well, you've got the RF version as well, you've actually got both RF 1.2 and the 1.8 version as well. The reason why I purchased the Yongnuo version is simply because it is the cheapest out of the one, brand new. It's got a metal housing at least, so which is fantastic. It is a bit soft around the edges, and you might actually get some chromatic aberration and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really interested or bothered about that anyways. What I mainly look for is something that I can actually use with both my camera systems, and I'll talk about the second camera at the end of the video. But yes, this is the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8. It shoots great, you know, it is sharp, it is relatively loud. I will again do a review about this lens later on. Vlogging lens of choice, it is the latest addition to my kit, which is the Canon 17-40 f4 L version lens. First of all, I picked this mainly because I really needed something, I really fancied something wider than 24mm. So I thought, I've got the option of waiting. At the time when I purchased this, the 16mm wasn't actually out, f2.8 RF lens. Similar price to this when I actually purchased it. So I thought I might actually just purchase a 17-40, which is the cheapest out of the ultra wide lens. I bought it at a steal, super cheap. Image quality is fantastic. For people that actually say the image quality out of this lens is horrible, I don't know what copy they've actually got. I've got nothing but good things to say about this. I use this also on gimbals as well, because obviously it is internal zoom, so the barrel doesn't actually extend further than this bit. It does actually breathe in a bit. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it doesn't extend out, which is the, you know, the main thing that I actually do look at, because the 24 to 105, it does stick out, so it's a bit of a nightmare. Now, speaking of vlogging, my main microphone that I actually do use for vlogging is still my Tascam Sgc 600. It's fantastic, it does the job quite well. I actually do enjoy the audio coming from this microphone, so I've got nothing bad to say. I think I'm still using the original AA battery that it actually does not come with, so it just requires one AA battery. You've got great features that all of the higher end type of microphone actually has. So it's got the decimal meter where you can actually increase it by, I think 10 dB, or you can actually decrease it by 10 dB as well, depending on obviously your preamp and what you're happy with. You've got the low pass filter as well, and of course you've got the on off switch with a LED reading as well, so you know exactly when it's off. That LED actually flashes red or stays red if the battery is low or completely finished. Tripod, I used to have a Manfrotto one, but I've quickly realized with a payload of the Canon R6 with the 24mm or the 17 to 40, the mini tripod that Manfrotto actually does, the legs doesn't actually hold securely. However, this one, it's still fantastically great. You've got quite a lot of versatility in regards to it, so you can actually keep it like that, like a standard tripod. It does actually have a ball head as well that you can actually rotate, and of course if you want to do some top down shots, you've got a 90-degree slot where you can actually point it directly downwards. But the great feature about this is the fact that you can actually almost make this completely flush. So in order for you to do it, you've got a little switch down here that says A to B, and once you do that, now you can actually almost have it completely flat, which is great, sturdy. It's got rubber rings on it, well, rubber feet as well. So on top of that, the best thing that I didn't actually realize about this is the fact that you can actually extend it like so. Do you see what I mean? So now if you were to have your camera on here, if you've not actually got a super wide lens like the 24mm, you can actually use this and still get a relatively wide field of view, which is actually great. But since I've actually got the 17 to 40, it is plenty wide enough. I don't actually use that feature that well. However, if you actually need some, you know, some super sturdy legs, this is absolutely great. Let's put that to the side. Now, the next microphone that I've actually got with me as well is the Comic-Con Boom XD. Again, I am currently using this now, so the audio that you guys are actually hearing from is from the Comic-Con Boom XD with the wireless lavalier that I've actually got here now. It does, I've purchased the one with 2 wireless transmitters or receivers, whichever one, so I can actually pair up 2 different subjects, 2 different people, and obviously have 1 receiver, and it's fantastically great. It's super long in terms of battery life. The audio quality is not perfect. I still prefer shotgun type of audio, especially if it's nearby. However, in this situation, I can actually move away from the camera, move super close to the camera. And of course, if I don't actually have the facility to boom a shotgun mic, this is of course the microphone that I do actually use. So moving on to filters. So in this aspect, I use the Tiffin variable ND filter, and this is the filter that I've got right now. I don't know the exact percentage or stoppage in terms of what type of filter reduction it actually creates, but I'll put that up in the corner here now. But yes, I use this every single time, pairing it up with the Sigma 24mm art that I've got right now, because at f1.4 full frame outdoors it is super bright, and obviously if you want to maintain that depth of field at f1.4, you will need some sort of filter. I've got nothing bad to say about this. It does actually have a bit of a warmer tone when using this filter. but of course you can actually just adjust the white balance and you're great to go. I've recently started, especially in photography, I've recently started to use circular polarizers. So in this aspect, I have got the ultra slim KNF concept filter in this aspect. So this is the polarization that I actually use. It is super slim. It reduces glare on cars, windows, etc. And you can actually use this outdoor on people as well to get a much more contrast deep blue out of the sky or deep blue out of the waters. Now, the action cam that I use is the, oh, nearly dropped it. It is the Gopro Hero 5. It is one of the oldest piece of camera gear that I've actually got here in my presence right now. It does the job quite well. I mainly use this on my second channel. I do actually have another channel. I'll link that down below. This is mainly about cars, etc. So if I wanted some first person view, POV type of style of shots, then I mainly use it with the GoPro Hero 5. In that aspect, it is great, sturdy. I've still got all of the accessories inside. Great, shoots 4K, shoots really wide, fisheye type of angle. So if I really wanted to capture all of the, you know, imagery that I can actually get, I can actually take it with this iPhone 12 Pro Max. I absolutely enjoy how easy it is just to get some really great shots, especially when you're out and about and you don't want to log all of this out there. I did used to use this as well for first person view kind of thing. If I really wanted some wide angle type of quick videos, then I used to take this, but now it's been replaced with this mainly. Of course, if I need to mount it on the chest or mount it on the head, then of course I still use the GoPro. However, in this aspect, the 12 Pro Max still shoots 4K 60 or 4K 50, whatever. Super fast, you can get slow motion, really great for, you know, just outdoor, out and about, to be honest. This is my camera backpack for 2022. This is what I carry every single time when I'm out and about for personal use. There is one particular camera that I don't actually have inside my camera bag every single time, and that is the Canon M50. I used to have this every single time, ever since obviously using the Canon R6 and all of the lenses. I've just always enjoyed shooting with the Canon R6 ever since. I mainly use this for professional use, so if I need some BTS or behind the scene, I still actually rock this. And of course, that's the reason why all of my lenses, majority of them are EF lenses. And that's it, that's a wrap, to be honest. That is what I actually take on a daily basis if I were to take out my camera gear, and that is everything laid out, and that is for 2022. But that's it for me. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you've got any questions, then of course comment down below. What is your selection? What do you use for 2022? I've always been interested in what everyone actually use on a daily basis for each year, so this is my very first attempt. Let me know how I did, comment down below. And of course, if you did like this video, I would be greatly appreciated if you could like this video, and of course subscribe if you're interested in what I actually use and what I produce with all of this gear. So that's it for me. I hope you did enjoy this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.